Welcome to King Legend Talks, my brother. I appreciate you for being here
Man,
today. How you feel?
appreciate you for having me. I'm blessed. I'm blessed. I'm blessed. That's all I can say. Blessed. For
Awesome,
real.
awesome. Everybody, this is the one and only Fit by Jag. I don't know if you follow him on Instagram or not, but you need to. If you not, I'm trying to tell you, he got a lot of things going on. We did a giveaway for the podcast a few weeks ago, and this guy right here has so much support, man. When I tell you, everybody, their mamas was up in here commenting,
Thanks.
dropping a whole paragraph supporting you, my guy. How
Thanks,
did it
man.
feel when you saw all of those comments, man? As a person out here just trying to make it and make a difference, how did it feel when you saw that feedback?
And to be honest with you, it felt good that people view me like that. Like I don't. I'm the type of person that I don't really care how people view me. I'm always going to be me. But to see that in a positive way, it lets me know that I'm heading in the right direction and I'm doing the right thing. Seriously, so it
Absolutely.
makes me feel good. It's kind of like confirmation.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Um,
Absolutely. You just said heading in the right direction, man. Let's talk about your journey. Where have you come from? Where have you
yeah.
been? What's going on? Let's talk about it, man. Take me back to the beginning, the roots.
Man, listen, roots, born and raised right here in Atlanta, Georgia, last of a dying breed, you feel me? Um, man, I mean, I could start from high school to college. I
Okay.
lost
What
me and
was
my
high
brother.
school like?
High school was lit, man. I went to Tucker High School, played football actually. Um, had a, you know, had a great career in football. Unfortunately, me and my brother lost our mother when I was in high school. And to be honest with you, when I lost my mom's, that's when a lot of things
Yeah, that's rough,
turned
man.
around for me, man. I ended up quitting football my senior year, and which was crazy because it's like, yo, you talented, you can actually go play ball wherever you want to play. But
Hmm.
when I lost my mom's, I kind of lost the. That was my cheerleader.
Yeah,
That was one of the main reasons I played sports because of Mom Dukes. Dad was definitely in my life. Dad was supportive as well. Mom and Dad was married for 20 years, but my mom was just it was different. You feel
yeah.
me?
Ain't
And
nobody like your mama, man. That's that
facts,
connection, man.
facts, man. It ain't nothing like moms. And when I lost her, I quit football, and not knowing at a young age, football kept me grounded from street activity. To be honest
Hmm.
with you,
Yeah,
once I'm done with football, after school, I got a car. I can go and do whatever I please. I can do whatever I want. I can go hang around the gangsters. I can go hang around the thugs. I can go hang around the
right.
fast money, the fast cars, the fast everything. And that's what
Gotcha.
I was doing at a young age. So,
Now
um,
I don't want to spend too much time on it because I understand that was
fact,
a hard time in your life.
facts,
But I definitely don't want to skip over the emotions that you were feeling in that time when you lost your mother. Because a lot of people be going through that right now.
facts.
And what would you say to that person that may have had a similar situation that just happened recently?
Keep God first and make sure and pray and ask God to surround you with people who's going to uplift you.
Hmm.
And I'm not saying that was my situation. It was just I didn't do that until another situation popped up. You
Right.
feel
So
me?
you learned that
So
later on.
I learned that later on in life. I was just kind of going through the motion. Don't go through. One of my favorite sayings: as you go through it, you got to grow through it as
Yeah.
well. So I would definitely suggest, keeping God first, stay prayed up, but then at the same time, that prayer definitely needs to be surround me with people
Hmm.
who want to help guide me and that can
Yeah.
just pretty much keep you lifted up in prayer for strength and guidance. So
Absolutely.
get a mentor. Definitely
It's
get a mentor.
definitely, man, having a mentor in your corner can help you get through a lot of experiences in your life, man, because I find that it's best to learn from other people's experiences, because they may have already crossed that path that you on. And
Facts.
so you never know how much the words of somebody else who's been there can really
Mm-hmm.
influence and help you move forward in your journey.
Most definitely.
Um, so now moving through high school after this just took place, man, I want to really tap into the state of mind because on this show, what we like to do, we like to really get down to the journey. When I say the roots, I mean like
Yeah.
that ugly place that you really don't want to talk
Facts.
about, because
Facts.
that I find from experience is that that's where people really relate the most, and that's where you
Mm-hmm.
really can hit home in somebody and really make an impact on their life. You never know who's
Most
listening
definitely.
on the other side of this conversation that may really be in a dark place right now. So
Facts.
I try to do everything possible. You never know, bro, who this could be for. So in that dark moment, moving forward, you had to get to a point where you was like, either I'm gonna stay stuck in it or I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna do something with this feeling or this pain that I have right now to move forward. Um, can you kind of guide me through that next step from there?
I mean, after that situation, after my mom passed away, I was in college, and it was a lot of emotion. I felt like I
Right.
was just going, to be honest with you, through the motion. Let me go to
Mm-hmm.
college because that's what she wanted me to do. But at the same time, I'm mentally, spiritually, physically, emotionally all over the place. I'm
Right.
just going to and it didn't feel good to where I started, like I said, I started getting into different activities to try to, well, let me try this because this might make sense. This might make me feel better, but not really knowing, this is actually harming me more so than helping me.
So trying to find a
Um,
way to cope with it.
exactly, to cope
Got
with
you.
it.
Okay.
Definitely trying to find a way to cope with it. And like I said, I got into some activities that I probably shouldn't have done, but I don't regret anything at all because it's who I am
It made
today.
you who you are.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
now moving forward from that place, and you engaging in the stuff that you say you probably shouldn't have been. What lessons from that moment would you give to somebody that could be in that place? They're just
Um,
acting out right now because they are
yeah,
so upset. What would you tell that person?
find a community. It takes a village. I mean, it's this quote is in the Bible. It takes a village to raise a kid, even though that person might not be a kid, but it still takes a village
Hmm.
to help whoever, to help
Right.
regardless, whether you're an adult, whether you're a kid, whether you're black, whether you're white, whether you're Hispanic. It takes a village, yo. And
Yeah.
again, the person you see right here today, uh, it took a village to even where I'm at today, from friends, from family members, from other loved ones, to people here at my gym.
Yeah.
So I would definitely say find that village, find those people again who want to see you do positive in life, who wants to pray over you, who wants to help you move forward with everything. So
Absolutely, man. And then when you make that progress and you see the difference in your life, when you see that change in your life, man, and you've been through so much,
yeah.
how does it feel? How does it
Man,
feel?
listen. Every day I walk into my gym, I take like a moment of silence. It's kind of like a meditation day, and I just thank God, man. I literally close my eyes and just thank God, like, wow, like
Yeah.
you opened this door for me. I was able to move forward from that situation, and I'm a young black entrepreneur here in Atlanta, and it's
Right.
thriving, man. Like I'm not, I try not to gas myself up. My friends think I don't give myself enough credit, but I'm actually proud of me and my brother of what we built here in Atlanta,
Absolutely.
Georgia. So yeah,
Absolutely,
man.
man. So what was that leap of faith moment for you? Because every entrepreneur has that one moment in their life where they know I might have to risk it all,
Yeah.
but it's all or nothing. So let's talk about that moment. What was that leap of faith for you?
Man, that leap of faith. To be honest with you, it was easy. It was
Okay.
easy for me. I hated my jobs. Oh God, I hated them, but I appreciate them as well.
Hmm.
Uh, and the reason I say the leap of faith was easy because I knew what I wanted to do, and I
Right.
told myself, in order for this to work 100%, I have to let go of these other jobs because, I mean, let's face it, if I would have gave this business 50% and the job I was working 50%, my business is only gonna grow 50%.
It would have been mediocre.
Exactly. I never
Yeah.
seen somebody go after their dreams and aspirations 100% and they don't get anything back in return. I've
Mm,
never seen that. I've
that's
never
deep.
seen that.
That's a bar right there.
For
That's a
real.
bar.
I've
Yeah.
never seen that. So I told myself and I told my job, I'm go. I'm out of here.
Right.
I got something else going on. And of course, easier said than done. I'm not gonna lie, I'm human. I still had a little butterflies because at the same time, I'm like, man, what if this don't work? But also in the back of my head, it's like,
What if it
shoot,
do?
it's gonna work.
Yeah.
It ain't got no choice. Ain't no plan B. Plan A is gonna work. So
Yeah, man. You
yeah,
know, they say plan B is kind of like a little cancer because it's a slow stump to your growth. You don't know
yeah,
because you're always relying on something else to help you. You know, it's
facts.
a fail safe, what gives you a false sense of security
Yeah,
because to get where you want to go and that where you have that dream to go, you have to let something stay in the past and move forward.
this
You
is
know,
true.
sometimes you can't have one foot in the door and one foot out the door. Uh,
Facts.
you're gonna be stuck in the middle.
Facts.
You
And
know,
that's why I said I got to give it 100%.
yeah,
And I'm still doing that to this day. I still go 100% with everything we have going on here, everything I have going on with my brand.
hmm
It's no difference. And to be honest with you, the grind is actually a lot more.
right, man. I say shout out to all the fitness coaches, fitness trainers out there because y'all have the most important job in the world. Like when I say that, I mean just think about it. Like how many lives you impact without even trying. Like
Facts.
you generally almost donate yourself to other people in their fitness journey. You know, people come to you with all different starting points. Like some people,
Facts.
maybe they were the athlete and they just trying to maintain what they got. You got other people that maybe were just straight up out of shape, 800 pounds, and they're like, look, man, help me. I done tried it all. I don't know what else to do. This is my last resort. If you don't work, nothing will. And I'm
Well,
going to a
yeah.
depression. You just never know.
You're
And
right.
so,
You never know what somebody is actually going through that walk through your doors, man.
right.
And that's why I tell people I take my job very serious. The word personal trainer,
hmm
that first word personal, we gonna get personal.
Right.
This is now a relationship. So I need to know what's going on with you because again, to me, fitness also saved my life.
hmm
Fitness saved my life. Me doing 5 years in prison, what kept me sane, what kept me motivated, what kept me you gonna be home one day was fitness, was working out. I literally used to work out in my cell and picture me owning a gym, me working out in my gym.
Right.
And that's and that was something I was going through internally. And I told myself, if that helped me out, maybe if I become a trainer, maybe if I can open up my own gym, I can touch people more than the physical aspect. I can touch people mentally, emotionally, spiritually,
hmm
financially, and physically. Every aspect you can name it.
Right.
Again, because that's what it did for me. And it does that to a lot of people that actually come through these doors. So, yeah,
I
it's an
believe it.
important job.
I believe it. I mean, I keep going back to the comments that, you know, people were showing their amount of support for you. And I was just looking at each comment like, man, he had such a huge impact. Cause like when I was reading some of them, I was like, all right, I know some people just comment in the comment, and I know other people is like, nah, they meant that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like that was
I teared up,
serious.
man. I teared up on some of them because I'm just like, dang, that's how y'all feel about me. Like,
Yeah, man.
excuse my language, that's some real shit.
Yeah, that's
For
awesome.
real.
That's real awesome, man. So like, let's take me to the point where you like you got your first client. You know, because
Oh,
that's a
man.
big deal. That's a big
Yeah.
deal. We can't skip over the first one. You know what I'm
My
saying? Because
first client.
that's a hit or miss. I don't know. I'm just gonna
Listen,
go off on faith and see if I believe I have all the
man,
training and experience I need for this.
fact.
What is
So,
that moment like for you?
so my first client, and this is even before my gym. Before my gym, I started training people in literally in the basement of my dad's house. That's how dedicated I was.
That's the grind right there.
I didn't have no pride. Like y'all, I got to get it. That's what I want to do.
Right.
But my first client, I actually went to high school with her, Crystal Fowler. She gave me a chance. She gave me a shot. You know, she knew I played football. She saw my body come home, saw my body change, and she was trying out for the Atlanta Falcons. So she was like, "Yo, I'm trying out for the Atlanta Falcons cheerleading team. I need to lose some weight. I need to, you know, tone up a little. Can you help me?" And of
Right.
course, I'm just like, "We could try." You know, I don't know if I know what I'm doing, but we can try. And
Right.
Unfortunately, she didn't make the team, but she didn't make the team not because she didn't lose the weight. She just didn't make the team because, unfortunately, she's a darker skin complexion, and you know how that goes.
Of course.
But
Politics.
politics, yeah.
Yeah.
But as far as the weight, it made me feel great because when she did lose the weight and she looked good, I'm just like, oh, I can do this, and I got
Right.
the personality. Oh, let's
Like,
go.
it's one thing when it works for yourself, but when you see it work for somebody else, that's a big deal.
That is a big because everybody body is different. Everybody has different fitness goals. Everybody has just completely different bodies. Everybody's body
Right.
doesn't work the same. Everybody can't eat the same thing. Everybody can't do the same movements because somebody might have a knee problem, a back issue, or that movement, their lower body might grow faster than their upper body, you know. So
Hmm.
it's literally a science behind it. It's literally a
Absolutely.
science behind it. So
So let's talk about finding your gym, man. Like the building blocks of it. You know, what was that process like for you? I know I asked a lot of
man,
questions,
no,
but I
you
like to
good.
know the whole
Let's talk.
process because you see, you just like I said before earlier, you never know what
No,
stage somebody is in their journey. And so when I interview people, I like to get as much as part of the journey as I can because it may be for that one person that may be in that moment right now. And they're
yeah.
like, oh, well, let me try that because I never thought of it that way. So that's why I
Mm-hmm.
always ask about we're on the journey here. We're on the path. We did. So now we at the
Yeah.
part of your journey where we're talking about finding that building. You was in the garage.
Yeah.
Now you're making that transition to get in an actual gym,
Mm-hmm.
and I unless you own a whole bunch of properties before, that's probably a very intimidating process.
It is, man. Me and my brother were stressed because we went through a company called T. Dallas and Smith. One of our good friends works for them. They're like one of the biggest commercial real estate firms here,
Hmm.
and he was helping us out. And it was stressful, and I say it was stressful because you want to make sure when you're starting your business, location means everything. I will say that
Absolutely.
again. Location means everything. Do we have a street view? Do we have good signage? What side of town is this on? You know, all type of stuff. So it was a little stressful because we went through trying to find the right building. We're actually located right now in North Decatur, Georgia. We can call it North Decatur, Scottsdale, Georgia. They kind of revamping the area, but if you
Okay.
from Atlanta, Scottsdale used to be the hood.
Yeah.
Scottsdale used to be the hood. So when we found this building, I was kind of like,
You were skeptical,
"You sure?" Like I talked to them, I was like, "You sure you want to this it?"
right? And
And
they
you
work out in
know,
the hood too.
they do, but you
Probably more
know,
than anywhere else. To be honest,
listen, they do, they
they
do,
got to.
man.
It's a survival.
Uh, they do, man. But when we found the building, I definitely prayed about it. Like I said before, I said it in my post that I just posted. Prayer is powerful, man. I pray about everything,
Hmm.
whether it's negative, whether it's positive. I pray about everything that I go through in life.
Right.
And once I prayed about it, I felt like God was like, "This is it. Um, this is it now." That process, actually building it out, getting contractors, that's a
Hmm.
whole nother story. Because listen,
It's
y'all
so
better be
much to it.
careful.
It's so
Ooh,
much to it.
listen, got to make sure everything is handicap certified. You got
Right.
to make sure you got this paperwork, and before you can even do anything, you better make sure you have the fire marshal come out, check everything. You know, make sure you pretty much you do all the testing stuff in order to get your business of occupancy
Right.
paperwork. So
Now, once you got yourself in that situation, because it's a lot to process, man. Once you get a business, man, it's so much stuff that you become. You realize you go from wearing one hat
you
to
know,
wearing 20, especially when you're doing it with a small team. You go from wearing
listen,
every hat. You become a janitor. You become a painter.
listen,
You become a contractor. You become it all. To save
listen.
money, I mean, you're trying to cut where you
Facts.
can just to be profitable. A lot of people be in debt before they start, and that's just the reality of it. You know, you got to
And it
spend money to
really
make
is.
money.
This
Um,
is true.
so let's get it to the grand opening. You know, that first day you open up that gym, you done went through so much. Like
Yeah.
I'm talking from the garage to, just the experiences in jail and just the the whole 9 yards. And then now it's grand opening. That moment. I mean, first of all, before you answer that, how was your clientele before you got the business actually going with a building?
So my clientele was actually pretty big. And I say that because let me kind of bounce back a little bit. I was training out of my dad's house for a while, but
Mm-hmm.
after that, I had met another gym owner who already owned his gym.
Okay.
There's a gym here in Atlanta called Gym 360, Wilbert Little, and to this day, man, I thank God for placing him in my path. And
Right.
I say that because I started training at his gym. He was charging me rent. Cool. I'll pay rent. How much is rent? $350. I'll do it. I just need somewhere to train my clients. I probably had about 2 or 3 clients. One
Mm-hmm.
day, one of his other trainers called out sick last minute and was like, "Yo, I can't run the class tonight." So he hits me up, "Hey, Jag, can you do the class tonight?"
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, I'll do the class. I'll set something up, whatever. Cool, I'll do it. Man, and Will probably had like over 200 members at his gym already.
Oh, so he
So,
was jumping.
I was excited. I was lit, bro. I
Right.
did the class. It was great. He called me that night and was just like, "Man, everybody's talking about how well you did class, blah, blah, blah. Like they enjoyed it. Check this out. New deal on the table. You train 2 group classes for me. You ain't got to pay no rent. You don't get paid to do the classes, but you don't have to pay an overhead fee."
Yeah.
Most trainers probably would be like, "No, I don't want to do that. I want to get paid for classes."
Right.
I didn't look at it like that. I looked at it as, hell yeah, that's an opportunity because guess what? 9 times out of 10, 90% of those people who do group classes don't do personal training. So this is my way in presenting myself as a trainer, my personality, my technique
That's
to
smart.
pretty much I can transfer you from a group class member to a personal training member.
See, that's the separation right there between a person with an entrepreneur mindset and a
Exactly.
person that's just thinking about quick, easy money. Because you see, when you have that mindset, you're able to see things like that. Not
Mm-hmm.
everyone is meant to be an entrepreneur. That's just the reality. I'm sorry. There are some
That's
people
true.
that is good at what they do, put it that way.
Yeah.
But it's just an eye for certain things, an opportunity that may be presented to you, and you're able to recognize it in those moments. And then
Facts.
that helps you get into different situations, different rooms, different conversations
Facts.
along your path. Um, that's huge. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to highlight that because you didn't have to do that. And that could have been the pivotal point to where you're at right now.
It, it actually it was because
Right,
at first people at his gym they saw me because they see me there training my clients, but they didn't know me.
right.
So once they got to know me, it's a little bit different. And
Mm-hmm.
then I'll go back to where you want to talk about the grand opening. So my grand opening was huge. And I
Mm-hmm.
say that because we had people from his gym that knew me that wanted to come to our grand opening. And then I just had regular friends and family and some of my clients to come to the grand opening. So it was nothing but love, man. It was like a lot of my friends that who commented up under the post, they came out, they supported me because a lot of people were genuinely happy for me, dude. Because they were like, "Dude, you
Absolutely.
really overcame." And I'm just now finding this out. A lot of my friends just I didn't know how many people I really inspired because of my situation. Because they're just like, "Dude, if you went to prison and came home and did all of this, it ain't nothing I can't do."
Right.
That just makes that made them like literally. I had a friend that told me like, "Man, you really inspired me to start my own business." And he started. He has his own security business right quick. Shout out to Matt, and
Right.
it's flourishing. And I never knew that. A lot of my like I said, I have man a whole bunch of DMs since we posted that video this whole week, and I'm just like, dang
Yeah.
y'all, I ain't never know
You just
that.
never know, man. You never know at all, man. So grand opening is here, and everyone's here to support you. Now, now we're gonna get to the point where the following weeks after grand opening,
Say that again.
how we're gonna get to the following weeks after grand opening. You
Oh, most
know,
definitely.
so like in the beginning when you start a business, it's like you get this spark, and that
Yeah,
spark is only gonna take you so far before you end up having to strategize to get more people to come in. As
most
far
definitely.
as that spark. And, it lasts. You should have a strong support system, so it'll last for a while. But you'll definitely start to understand, like, okay, look, now I got to try new things to get new people in. When you're in that part of the process, what is that like for you?
Um,
Or did it never die down for you? Because it's not one size fits all for
so
everybody.
it did die down, but it picked back up real quick too. Because, like I said, I'm not just the only owner here. Me and my brother own the business together as well. So having him on the team, it's just all about marketing. It's all about how you present yourself. It's all about when that first person stepped through those doors, how do
Hmm.
they feel? It's about reviews online. To be honest with
Absolutely.
you, most of the people that come here, it's not even really marketing. It's more. I'm not gonna say it's not marketing because my clients are marketing. It's
Yeah.
word of mouth. It's
Right.
really word of mouth,
And that's the
and
best form of marketing because
that's the
that's a
best
business
form of
that grows
marketing,
itself. It's like,
and it
hey,
pays
I got a
itself.
dope fitness trainer, man. You should come work out with me. You looking for one? Listen, you gotta go try my guy out right here, Fit by Jag. I'm telling you, 100 solid dude. You know, that's enough, right? You can't pay for that. You know
You
what I'm
can't.
saying? You
You
can't.
can't.
That's a real relationship, a real rapport people have with you.
Facts, man. So I totally 100% agree with you. So I really want to say it died down. We really just kept the momentum going, and I think it's really just about how me and my brother are really good people.
Right.
It's all about that energy we presented firsthand to where
Okay.
people were just like, our gym is very nice. I will say that it sells itself, but then because of who me and my brother are, that closes the deal right
Right.
there with people. So that spark kept on going. And we've been open for 5 years, man. Thank God. We don't made it through COVID.
Yes.
Yeah.
Been a rough.
And whew, I was scared of COVID, but
Oh, I'm
whew,
just thinking about it right now. COVID for a fitness gym where they
whew,
said 6 feet away from everybody. Like, man, I know that had to be scary for
it
real.
was, dude. It was the
I mean,
first
people just
week.
watching the news like I'm not going outside no more.
Listen, the first week I was chilling. I'm like, man, I'm on vacation. Like, all right. But then that second week, I'm just like, hold on. People start canceling their memberships. I'm just like, wait a
Oh
minute.
man, not
We on a
canceling the
lockdown.
membership.
But it's understandable. Like, if I'm not using the gym and the gym is closed, why am I gonna spend that
Definitely.
money? And I thought it was the end of the world. So I'm just like, yo, we got to
Yeah.
make something shake. But again, keeping that spark. Me and my brother was already on top of everything.
Hmm.
I don't know if you can see my shirt right here, GSN 30. That's actually my online business. GSN 30
Absolutely.
is pretty much a branch of BF Conscious, stands for Get Snatched in 30 Days. It's an online app that I literally dropped during COVID to where,
Wow.
okay, you can't come to the gym, but you can do these workouts right here at home, pre-recorded workouts, meal plan set up for you. You can contact me. It's dope, man. It's so much that you can do on it. Like it's
Absolutely,
lit.
man. That was smart.
Yeah,
And it's very useful. It's a useful resource. A lot of people can benefit from that.
yeah. People still using it. You'd be surprised. It's still people who are afraid to come into the gym, come into crowded areas, which I kind of don't blame them, really, because COVID's still out there.
Now I understand personal trainer client privilege. Now, name to me, you don't have to say no names, I'm sorry. Go over a moment when you had a specific client that just hit you different. You know how like you have your client that they have their goals and things like that, but what was that one client that almost kind of broke you down when they really reached their goal because you knew how much it impacted their life?
Oh man. My girl Javon, yo. My girl Javon. I don't know if she's watching. She's somewhere in Africa right now. But yeah, I'll say her name. Javon probably actually I got two clients, Javon and Candace.
Hmm.
I'll start with Javon first. Javon was big girl, kind of going through depression, smoked a lot of cigarettes, and just going through stuff. Man, Javon, again, you never know what people go through. Fitness literally changed her life. Like, baby, I wish I could pull up a picture of her. She got snatched, yo.
Right.
She got snatched. But it's not just the physical part I was looking at. I started looking at her, the way she moved. Like,
The confidence.
she waking up at 5 a.m. coming to the gym. Not only that, you actually waking up and getting started on your other goals at 5 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'll tell. Matter of fact, I just told my client this that just left. I can tell a lot about a person by the way they work out. I can tell a lot. If you lazy in here, you lazy with your dreams and aspirations too. If you a
Ooh.
dog and you a go getter, that's how you are in life. Like, I mean, if you really want to be honest, seriously, I can tell.
Yeah.
I can tell, and that's why I tell people this ain't just the fit. If you working out, the physical aspect gonna come. That's gonna come regardless. Even if you bullshit on your diet a little bit, you still going hard, 100% working out. The physical aspect is gonna come. Let's work on these other aspects. Let's use fitness as a tool to work on these other aspects.
Mm-hmm.
So Javon is one, and then Candace, a really good friend of mine. Shout out to Candace. She's been on. Man, I've been training Candace even before I had my gym. Candace went through some stuff back in 2000. I want to say 15, in another depressed mode. To the point she had to get on meds, and these meds blew her up. And I finally just had a real friend, heart to heart conversation with her. I was like, listen, we got to get out this dark place. Try my workout. As a matter of fact, she was the first person that signed up on my online program.
Mm-hmm.
And I wish I can bring her on live here and let her tell you stuff, but it changed her whole mood. Candace got about 2 or 3 different properties right now in North Carolina, South Carolina.
Wow.
So you feel what I'm saying? It's more than just the physical aspect.
And to know
It's
that
the
you had a part in that, like that's has to feel that's the most rewarding feeling ever, man. It has
it
to be.
is.
It definitely has to be, man. I got a question that came in from one of my managers of the podcast, so I
Yeah.
definitely got to go ahead and acknowledge that one. He wanted to know, does your job affect your relationship with your significant other?
Not at all. Not at all.
How do you
Um,
balance that? But I mean, between having, because you know it's very time consuming when you're dealing with clients and you have to be there. I know
yeah.
from the for a fact because I used to be a photographer and I had to be at the events to shoot. So when it comes to time with family and that balance, what is that like?
Um, so like starting off 5 years ago, it was a different type of grind. It was 5 a.m. till 11 p.m. because I'm trying to get it.
Right.
Family, friends, loved ones, y'all just gonna have to understand. This is where
Hmm.
I'm at right now. But eventually I did have to find that balance to where
Okay.
I told myself the last thing I wanted, I love doing what I do, but the last thing I want to do is become a slave to my own business. I don't
Mm.
want to do that. And it did take a while. It took me probably 2 years to find that balance.
It's hard.
But it is hard.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like this is my baby. I got to do what I got to do.
Hmm.
You know, me and my brother both got to do what we got to do. You know, my brother's married. I'm sure he finally found that balance. Um, yeah, it took me about 2 years to find that balance.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, what are your goals right now, man? What are you focused on?
Man, so much. Like I said, the GSN 30 shirt. I got my own clothing line as well with that. I'm focused on that. I'm focused on my online program more than anything. I'm focused on expanding, whether it's in this actual building or we're opening up another one. I'm focused on doing more podcasts, more speaking seminars. I had a
Hmm.
friend that's been in my ear that's been like, yo, you have the voice, you have the story, open up your mouth, go get paid for it, and do your
Right.
thing. So I'm a little bit here and there, but everything still boils down back to the root right here.
Absolutely.
So
And go ahead and plug in your business, man. You gotta let people know where to find you,
facts,
where to call you, where to email you, text you. Don't matter. Let them
facts.
know.
What's up, man? Y'all already know where we at, man. We in Decatur, Georgia, 610 Valley Brook Road, North Decatur. This your boy Jacory Greene, aka FitByJag, GSN 30 in the building. Y'all know where to hit me up, 404-840-7128. Or you can literally just hit that link in my bio and literally have access to everything we have going on, y'all. Clothes, online program, group classes, personal training, bodybuilding, anything you want, we do it right here.
Absolutely. Next time I'm in Atlanta, I'm gonna check you out, man. I'm
Man,
gonna
pull
come
up,
out there
baby.
and check you out.
Pull up,
Well,
please.
I definitely will. Hey, look, my word is bond. I do not lie. When I say I'm gonna check you out, I'm gonna check you out when I'm in Atlanta.
Pull up. I be seeing you getting it in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been watching your stuff. Like, he working out. He getting it in
I,
over
I was doing this 21-day fitness challenge, man, and I gotta say it's been rough the last couple of days, but we working.
there.
I'm on the last week, you know what I'm saying? I'm on the last week, but honestly, bringing that up, it's just a lifestyle change for me, you know what I'm
Facts.
saying? Because I had got to the point where I just straight up became like I don't want to say couch potato because I'm always working, but it's just more like not as active as I needed to be. You know what I'm
I got
saying?
you.
And it was like I went through a hard time in my life. You know what I'm saying? I had COVID. I was on a ventilator for 12 days. You
Oh
know what I'm
man.
saying? Fighting for my survival and all that stuff. Um, Physical therapy, starting from the bottom, bro. When I tell you, like, the bottom, when I say
Yeah.
people don't look like what they've been through, I'm starting to see
Facts.
that time and time again, bro, like over and
Facts.
over again.
You
People
never
don't
know
look
what
like it.
somebody go through. You
Yeah,
never know what people go through, man. Man,
absolutely.
that's a real saying.
Yeah. And then so like for me to be working out and all of that stuff now, that's huge.
Yeah.
3 years ago, I'm the guy that they had to like my first round of physical therapy was sitting up in my hospital bed. Like I had to start over
Wow.
from scratch.
From scratch.
And then it was progressing to standing up. I remember
Wow.
standing up being so hard to do. I mean, I was just in a state of disbelief because I walked into the hospital and then I ended up in a situation where standing up is hard work. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Like that's a mindset change. And then, I mean, not to get too deep into it, I mean, it's like the humbling experience when you used to being a go, go, go kind of person, and then you're stripped away from everything, bro, to the point where you are literally just there. That's a hard place to be in mentally, where it's like I'm
Listen,
just there.
facts. I'm not gonna say I can relate physically, but I can relate to a client. He actually just come in. My friend Bryant right here. Bryant was actually in a motorcycle accident some years ago, to where it pretty much has messed up his whole physical activity,
Right.
pretty much. And I never really got a chance to talk to him about, how does he feel about that. But man, when I tell you, dude came in the gym and was probably literally one of the hardest working people
Hmm.
I've ever trained. And when I say literally can't really use his legs, can't really use his arms, man, I really can't wait till he sign back up with me, man. 2017, Brian, that's right. It was in 2017. But
Yeah.
watching him and coming in here doing his thing, it showed me a little bit about myself as well, too. Like,
Yeah.
man, if this guy can really come in here after all that stuff he has been through, I better not hear one client complain about not one damn workout I give them. Not
Right.
one. Because
Absolutely.
that's a strong brother right there, man, for real.
It is,
Like,
man.
so,
It's a blessing to be alive. That's what I will say. If anyone is listening to this right now, I want you guys to understand that the fact that you're even alive right now is a blessing. It's
man,
so easy because we're busy. We're always thinking about the next thing, the next move. Take a break real quick and just realize the fact that you're breathing is a blessing because there's so many people that didn't even make it to today. You did,
mm,
regardless of what you're going through in your life. There are people that did not make it to today. You are here and you're here for a purpose. Whatever it is that you're doing, you may not have it all figured out because we don't have all the answers, and that's cool. But as long as you're working towards something and you realize that you're not going to take no day that you have on this earth for granted, you're going to be good regardless. Put God first in your life and let him lead. That's what I always encourage people to do. Because we
amen.
try to take control of our own life and our own destination. But sometimes you gotta let God just be the pilot. And you
Man, listen,
sometimes just gotta be the passenger. He got
listen,
you.
listen, listen. You better start preaching on here, man.
I'm just saying. I'm just
You
saying.
speaking facts, though, because listen, one of my favorite sayings, I always tell people, your best understanding is going to get you in trouble. You lean on God's understanding, you ain't got to worry about nothing
Exactly.
at all. So
Exactly.
I definitely agree with that, man.
And I always tell people this all the time, man. We have to remember that God is the author. You're the main character in your book. And around you, you're going to have supporting characters. You're going to have villains. You're going to have all kinds of different people. But where you at in your life right now is not the final chapter. God knows he knows your whole book. He's the author. You're the main character. You have to trust in him 100%. Because when you do this, you have to understand that he got your back. And that's one thing I can say about my situation. I was never alone. No matter how hard my life got, I always knew that God was there in my corner.
Amen.
I always knew that he had my back. And there's times we forget that. But that's not on him, because we get distracted and we lose focus because we're so busy thinking about what we want. God don't turn his back on us. Most of the time it's us turning our backs on him. And then we have to have that reset, and we realize, look, we need you. You know, I can't do this on my own. I done tried it. And that's what most people do. They out here, they're trying it. They're trying to do it on their own. You know what I'm saying? They're trying. They're trying to do everything they can. God is really just that, listen, relax. Trust me. I got you. Just trust me. Sometimes all he wants you to do is just trust him.
Trust you.
Just that's it. And because, you know, at the end of the day, he gave you free will, so you can do what you want to do. He's not going to stop you, but he does want you to trust him because he got your back. It's just that we want to do it on our own. You know what I'm saying? So I say all that because it's very important for people to be reminded of that, because like I said, in the world, we always get distracted. You know, that's just work. That's life, man. It's so busy. It's 24/7. You wake up, you chasing the sun, and then you know the moon is here. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just over and over again, 365 days a year, especially if you got children, especially if you got kids. You just chasing for a free time. You know, you just trying to get 2 minutes. You know what I'm saying? So it gets real busy, it gets hectic.
Oh, man.
So you got to let him be the one that can guide you in those situations and remind you what's really important, man.
I agree 100%, man. Like I tell people all the time, you know, I look at me going to prison as it was a blessing in disguise, because I was moving so fast. I was moving 24/7. Literally, this is what I heard in my ear. Okay, I'm gonna sit you. I'm not gonna send you, but I'm gonna sit you still. I'm gonna allow this situation to happen so you can sit still and redirect your focus back on me.
Right.
And it took some time. You know, it took a good year or two while I was in there, because I think my second year, I'm praying to come home within that second year. But to be honest with you, the way I was still thinking, the way I was still moving, it was still the same way. It's called Department of Corrections. You there to correct yourself.
You had to renew your mind. You had to renew your mind.
I had to, man. So I always tell people, man, that was literally one of the biggest blessings in my life, man. Because if I didn't, I probably would probably be dead the way I was moving out here. Seriously, right. We wouldn't even be having this conversation if I didn't go in due time.
Right. So, but look at that, man. We here. We talking. You on billboards in Atlanta now. I see you, big dog. I see you, big dog, doing big things. Come on, man.
Man, I appreciate it again, man. That's all my love, bro. I appreciate that, seriously.
Well, look, I appreciate you so much for your time today. Thank you for coming through the King Legend Talk. For the people that's just tapping in, you can catch the replay on iHeartRadio. Download the app and then look up King Legend Talks up there, man. You're going to see some amazing conversations. I always get the dopest of the dopest people to come on the platform. And you looking at one right here, right now. His story is very inspirational. And that's what we're all about, man. That's what we're all about. So I appreciate you. I'm looking forward to seeing you continue to be great. Continue to walk in your success and inspire other people along the way, man.
Most definitely, man. I appreciate you for having me on too, man. God bless you.
It ain't enough to just be a king.
And you got the lion in the background, boy. You's a dangerous guy, man.
You are put through the fire. The only thing that kept me going was I knew it was going to happen. I believed it was going to happen.
So I used to print out that list, and I would put my name at the top. I would white out the person on the top, and I'd put my name. And I would print out that list, and I'd keep it in my pocket for the next 4 months, until one day the email that I got had my name at the top.